that for GATE student, right, you should download this application of GATE virtual calculator and you should practice this daily, right, in your day-to-day life. Now, where were we? So yes, it is 720 divided by s to the power 7. This is your f of s or not? This is what? This is your f of s. So if you put this value of f of s here, so it will give you 720 by s to the power 7, and I am going to replace this s with s plus 3. So my final answer is 720 divided by s plus 3 whole to the power 7. Right, this is my final answer. Is it clear? Please give me some response. Okay. Or if I show you this another method, that is multiplication by t. So if you have to use this method, multiplication by t, then see, then your method will be like this. It is minus 1 to the power 6. It's 6 differential with respect to your variable, and here your f of s. Now what is your f of s? It is Laplace of e to the power minus 3t. Laplace of e to the power minus 3t is 1 upon s plus 3. So it is minus 1 to the power 6 is plus only d to the power 6 by ds to the power 6. Right, it is d to the power 6 by ds to the power 6, 1 upon s plus 3. Please give me some response. Now you have to find its 6 differential of s plus 3. Right, isn't it difficult? Right, step by step आपको find करना पड़ेगा. Right, first is first differential, then second differential, then third differential, then sixth differential. Definitely we'll get same answer only. Right, 720 by s plus 3 whole to the power 7. But it is cumbersome and time taking process. So in this chapter, first identification of property is important. That which property you should apply over here. Shall we move to next question? Question number 3. Or should I repeat this? Okay, so let us see next question, and after writing this question, next question, you just identify the type of property or which property we should use. Question number 3. Laplace of t to the power 4 cos hyperbolic 2t. So which property we should use here? बोलो, अगर multiplication of t use करोगे, if you are using multiplication by t property, then you have to find its differential 4 times, isn't it? You have to find its differential 4 times. Any other thing? We are not having any property based on cos hyperbolic, but can we convert cos hyperbolic into any other thing? Yes, yes, yes. That only, right? First, we will write formula of cos hyperbolic, right? So what is your formula of cos hyperbolic? In formula of sine hyperbolic, it is e to the power t plus e to the power minus t by 2. And if it is a. For cos, it is plus, isn't it? I have given this formula in starting only. So formula of cos hyperbolic 2t will be equal to e to the power 2t plus e to the power minus 2t divided by 2, isn't it? Now, if I'm using this formula over here, so this will become Laplace of t to the power 4 into e to the power 2t plus e to the power minus 2t divided by 2. So if I'm taking this 1/2 common, it is your 1 by 2 Laplace of e to the power 2t into t to the power 4 plus e to the power minus 2t into t to the power 4. Now, since we are having plus over here, Laplace can be applied to both the sides, right? And we can apply first shifting property to both the side or not. And we can apply here and here. On both the cases, we can apply first shifting property. And by applying this first shifting property, we can convert this here. We should write first is f of s, then s can be reduced to s minus 2. This is also f of s, then s can be changed to s plus 2. Is it clear now? Okay, good. So this you can do from home now, right? You should find this answer from home. So what is moral of the story? To make any problem easy, you have to analyze it more here, right? In case of Laplace and in real life as well, right? This statement was given by our this Laplace teacher at S Academy, that to make problem easy, you have to analyze it more. In this Laplace or in any chapter of maths in real life as well. Right? Name of our beloved teacher is Surya Prakash, right, who taught us this topic in S Engineering Academy, that to make problem easy, you have to analyze it more. Now, so let us see next question. I don't know why this is not working good today. This one, I think. So question number 4. So let me give you this question number 4. Now you analyze here and you tell me that how to proceed, right? Just type in chat box. Question number 4. Laplace of t e to the power minus t and cos 2t. So here we are having both the terms. It is multiplication of t as well, and it is multiplication of e to the power minus t as well. When we are having multiplication of t, you all know which method we have to apply. If it is multiplication of t, that means it is differential, finding differential. And if it is e to the power minus t, then it is your first shifting property. But here question is what you should apply first, so that it will be convenient to you. Should you apply multiplication by t first, or should you apply first shifting property first? Just think a little bit and answer in chat box. Yes. So first solve for cos, okay, then multiply by t, okay, because if we are applying multiplication by t, then use shifting. Yes, good, very good. Because if you use first shifting property, right, see, however, you have to use this first only, right? You have to find Laplace of cos t first. So Laplace of cos t will give you s divided by s square plus 1 square, that is s divided by s square plus 1. Now, if you are going to use multiplication by t property first, you have to find its differential, and finding its differential is easy. Okay. After that, by using first shifting property, you can easily change s to s plus 1. But if you change first s to s plus 1, then this will become s plus 1 whole square. Then finding its differential will be more difficult. So whenever you are having this type of case, that is multiplication by t and e to the power minus t both, always use first shifting property at last. Right. So use this thumb rule. Always use first shifting property in last. Okay. So here it is Laplace of cos t. Now if I am multiplying it with t, now Laplace of t into cos 2t. So if I am multiplying with t, it will become minus d by ds of s divided by s square plus 1. It will become minus d by ds of s divided by s square plus 1. So this will be your minus as it is. Now you have to find its differential. So already we have found its differential or not. Denominator constant, differential of s is 1, minus s constant, differential of s square is 2s. And in denominator we'll be having s square plus 1 whole square. So now this will become s square plus 1 minus 2s square divided by s square plus 1 whole square. So s square minus 2s square is minus s square or not? So this will become your minus of 1 minus s square divided by s square plus 1 whole square. If you give minus 2 inside in numerator, it will become s square minus 1 divided by s square plus 1 whole square. This is your Laplace of t cos 2t. Now, if you are using e to the power minus t as well, so Laplace of e to the power minus t, t cos 2t will be equal to, this is your first shifting property, s square minus 1 by s square plus 1 whole square. S will be changed to s plus 1. Okay. Okay, I have done some mistake over here. Wait. Then multiply by t, then use for s square plus 4. Wait. Oh, my mistake, students. It is cos 2t exactly. And here I have written only cos t. Right. So jalbaji mein galti ho gayi. So it is your cos 2t. Since it is your cos 2t, it should be 2 square. Right. And 2 square is nothing but your 4. So here also we should have here s square plus 4. So thank you, Roshan, for pointing this out. So this will become, wait, yes. So this will become your s square plus 4 minus s 2s, okay, divided by s square plus 4 whole square. So this is s square plus 4 minus 2s square divided by s square plus 4 whole square. So s square plus 4 minus 2s square, this will become 4 minus s square or not? This is your 4 minus s square. And in denominator also we are having s square plus 4 whole square. So here it will become s square minus 4, s square plus 4 whole square. And finally now we are going to use shifting property, that s will be changed to s plus 1. So this will be converted to s plus 1 whole square minus 4 divided by s plus 1 whole square plus 4 whole square. Okay, so GATE students can stop over here, right? From here you can change your options, and for GTU students you should simplify it further. Okay, so is it clear, everyone? Okay, so always whenever you are having two, that is multiplication of t as well as multiplication of e to the power minus t or e to the power plus at, then first you should apply multiplication of t, right? And first shifting property should be at last. Now let us see fifth question. There is Laplace of sine at by t. Now, what property should we apply over here? Laplace of sine at by t. Only one property is there, isn't it? That is division by t. If you are having division by t, then in output, what you should take? Integration or not? And in output, it should be integral. So Laplace of sine at by t, and what is extra over here? In output, your limit should be, in input, your limit should be 0 to t, and in output, your limit should be s to infinity. So now we are taking limit in output. So here Laplace of sine at by t will give me integration of s to infinity f of s dx, where your f of s is Laplace of sine at. What is Laplace of sine at? A divided by s square plus a square. Okay. So this is your integration s to infinity a divided by s square plus a square ds. Now what is your integration of integration 1 upon x square plus a square dx? Its integration is 1 upon a tan inverse x by a or not? Okay, and if it is indefinite integral, then it is plus c. So this is your formula. All formula I am writing with blue pen only. Right, so I'll change its color. So integration 1 upon x square plus a square. Okay, it is 1 upon a tan inverse x by a plus c. So if I put this over here, so a is already outside because it is constant from integral. Its answer is 1 upon a tan inverse. Here it is variable x, and here our variable is s. So tan inverse s by a. And our limit will be from s to infinite. Now this a will get cancelled out. If you put this infinite inside, so tan inverse infinite minus tan inverse s. Instead of s, you have to put s again. So it is s by a. Now what is tan inverse infinite, students? Tan inverse infinite is pi by 2. This is also your one formula. Tan inverse infinite is pi by 2 because tan pi by 2 is infinite. So this is pi by 2 minus tan inverse s by a. Now pi by 2 minus tan inverse x, it is also one formula. Pi by 2 minus tan inverse x is equal to cot inverse x. Or I can say your formula is tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. So pi by 2 minus tan inverse x is your cot inverse s by a. Okay. And again, there is one formula. Okay. That if your x is greater than 0, then tan inverse x and cot inverse x, see over here, or let me give you this formula properly. The proper formula is tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Now, your cot inverse x and tan inverse x are having one more formula, that tan inverse 1 upon x can be converted to cot inverse x, and cot inverse 1 upon x can be converted to tan inverse x, vice versa, if x is greater than 0. So here tan inverse pi by 2 minus tan inverse s by a will be your cot inverse s by a. Now cot inverse s by a, if I have to write this answer again in terms of tan inverse, So it is a tan inverse A by S. Okay. GTU students can stop here or here only, but for gate you should need to know all the conversion, all the such conversion you should know. Okay. So this is your final answer. Now based on all these answers, whatever be the answers in options that you can choose. Is it clear now? Okay. And these are all your formulae. Please give me some response. This question is clear or not? This is your question number 5. With this formula of inverse, right, and this. Pi by 2 minus tan inverse x will become cot inverse x. Right, all the used formula are written over here only. Cot inverse x can be converted to tan inverse 1 upon x. Sure, good, great. Now let us see question number 6. Laplace of cos AT by t. Similar question or not? Right, earlier we were having sin AT by t. This is cos AT by t. Right, so this you can find by your own homework. Question number 7. Laplace of e to the power minus at divided by t. Now tell me how we can proceed over here. Again, you are having e to the power minus at. So we can do this question by two different manner. Okay, आप इसको दो अलग-अलग तरीके से कर सकते हैं, isn't it? First, you can use division by t property. Or next, you can use first shifting property, and you can find Laplace of 1 upon t. But can you find Laplace of 1 upon t? For Laplace of 1 upon t, your n will be minus 1. Right. When I have given you formula of Laplace of t to the power n, remember, there was one condition that n should not be what? Yeah. Yes. This is your formula of Laplace of t to the power n. N should be greater than minus 1 only. If your n is equal to minus 1 or less than minus 1, then we can't apply this formula. Right. So here, if there is t to the power minus 1, that is if you are taking 1 upon t and then you are thinking to apply first shifting property, then we can't find Laplace of 1 upon t over here. So for that, let me show you first Laplace of 1 upon t. Right, so we cannot find Laplace of 1 upon t. So how we can find this over here? Definitely we have to use one single method, that is divisible by t approach. So if it is divisible by t, its answer, it should be s to infinity f of s ds. And how we are going to find this f of s? F of s is equal to Laplace of e to the power minus at. Now what is your Laplace of e to the power minus at? 1 upon s minus a or not? Please give me some response. Okay. So it is equal to your s to infinity. F of s is 1 upon s minus a ds. Now 1 upon s minus a. What is its integral? Sorry, my mistake. E to the power minus at तो 1 upon s plus a. वही same चीज आपका first shifting में भी होता है. Right. Laplace of e to the power minus at is 1 upon s plus a. वही आपका उसमें भी होता है. If आपका e to the power minus at second shifting में है, मतलब वहां पे multiply में है, not second shifting, I can say हाँ. जब second shifting में आप उसको नहीं, but वो unit step है, not e to the power t. Okay. तो जब भी मेजोरिटी ऑफ द केस जब भी आपको e की पावर में t माइनस a दिख रहा है तो डिनोमिनेटर में s प्लस a ही आएगा, या आप फर्स्ट शिफ्टिंग अप्लाई करके चेंज करो तो भी रिवर्स होगा. So whenever there is e to the power minus at in question, in answer you will be having s plus a only, that is its reverse. For minus you will be having s plus a, for plus a you will be having s minus a. Either you are using directly its formula or you are using this in first shifting property. So integral of 1 upon s plus a is log s plus a or not? right? Or I can say log mod s plus a. Both are right over here because s is greater than 0, a is greater than 0, and s to infinity. So if you put upper limit minus lower limit, so it is your log infinite minus log s plus a. And what is your log infinite? Here its base is e, right? So you have to find power of e, right? Or which power of e for which its answer is infinite. This is your graph of e to the power x. This is your graph of y equal to log x. Log 1 is 0, right? And for log base e, this is your graph of log x base e, right? So log 1 is 0 over here. Now if I insert log minus infinite, it will give me value minus infinite. Log 0, it will give me value near minus infinite. Infinite, it will give me value near infinite. So this is infinite. So this is infinite. So this is undefined, right? And what is the condition of Laplace? Agar wo convergent hai, if your integral is convergent, then and then only Laplace is defined. Right? This is divergent. This is not convergent. So here it is not defined. Is it clear? So this does not exist. So here Laplace of e to the power minus at by t does not exist. Is it clear now?
So undefined कैसे होगा please?
See, this is your graph of log, right? This is your x-axis. This is your y-axis. This is your graph of e to the power x. When you are going to put 1 in your log, right? Log 1 is 0. So for 1 input, you will have your output 0. When you are going to put 0 in its output, or input, I can say, sorry. When your x tends to 0 in its input, your value of log x will go towards minus infinity. So I can say if x tends to 0, then log x will be equal to, limit x tends to 0, log x will be equal to minus infinity, or log x tends to minus infinity, I can say. Okay. In the same way, when x tends to plus infinity, your value of log will tends to plus infinity. So when x tends to infinity, your log x will tends to infinite. So if log x is tends to infinite, you are going to get some infinite answer over here. And infinite is not defined properly, right? Infinite means वो हर एक के लिए अलग अलग होगा. Infinite is different for each and every case, each and every application. Okay. So since it is infinite, it does not exist. And what is the condition for Laplace transform to exist? In definition of Laplace, only integral is coming. That integral should be convergent. If it is convergent, then it exists. If it is not convergent, it is divergent, then it doesn't exist. And the meaning of divergent is we cannot find its value. So is it clear now? Just type in chat box if it is clear. Let me show you one more example like this, that why here Laplace of 1 upon t is not defined. Okay, so let us see. So suppose I am taking over here my function. Let us take this as separate question only. Laplace of 1 upon t. So let us take this as also division by t property, right? That we are dividing 1 with respect to t. So when it is divided by t, in output we should find its integral. So here it is integral s to infinity f of s ds, where your f of s is Laplace of 1 or not. Right? And what is your Laplace of 1? It is 1 by s. So it is your integral s to infinity 1 by s ds. What is integral of 1 by s? Log s. Again, my limit is infinite to s, or s to infinite. So it is log infinite minus log s. Again, this log infinite is undefined. And since it is undefined, this Laplace doesn't exist. Okay, that's why in the formula, when we were writing about Laplace of t to the power n, we have written separately that if n is equal to -1 or less than -1, this is undefined. okay, or doesn't exist. Okay, now, so let us see different examples as well. Now, question number 9. I'll find this example very much helpful. Laplace of e to the power minus at minus e to the power minus bt divided by t. Laplace of e to the power minus at minus e to the power minus bt divided by t. So how we can find this? If we are having this Laplace of e to the power minus at minus e to the power minus bt divided by t. Simple, we can use division by t or not, right? So if we are going to use this division by t, see over here, then first we should find Laplace of e to the power minus at minus e to the power minus bt, and then we should apply integral over there. So here this will become integral s to infinity f of s ds, where f of s is Laplace of e to the power minus at minus e to the power minus bt. Laplace of e to the power minus at 1 upon s plus a, e to the power minus bt, it is 1 upon s plus b. So it is 1 upon s plus a minus 1 upon s plus b. So this will become is equal to integration s to infinity 1 upon s plus a minus 1 upon s plus b ds. Is it clear now? 1 upon s plus a minus 1 upon s plus b ds. Now, so what is integral of 1 upon s plus a? It is your log s plus a. What is integral of s plus b? It is your log s plus b ds. Now there is one rule about log, that log x minus log y can be written as log x by y. Log x plus log y can be written as log x into y. Right? Is it clear or not? This should be clear to you. Okay. For log, these are two rules. Log x minus log y is log x by it will give us log x by y. That is, if subtraction outside of log, it is going to give us division inside. If multiplication or multiplication inside the log, it is going to give us addition outside. Okay, so log x minus log y is log x by y, and log x plus log y is log x into y. Now, so same over here. This is integral s to infinity log s plus a by s plus b ds. Now understand here carefully, see magic over here. When I put upper limit and lower limit over here, that is log s plus a by s plus b. When I have to put here s equal to infinity, exactly whenever I am putting s equal to infinity, it should be s tends to infinity minus I am putting log over here, log s plus a by log s plus b. Even in calculus portion, we are going to see this limit chapter in detail. So here you can apply L'Hopital rule directly, right? Because this s tends to infinity is nothing but limit s tends to infinity here. So whenever you are putting limit s tends to infinity, you are getting here infinite by infinite form. So first you can apply here L'Hopital rule. So according to L'Hopital, differential of numerator is 1 plus 0, differential of denominator is 1 plus 0. So it is log 1 by 1, and if you apply limit in constant term, you will get that constant term only, minus log s plus a by s plus b. So this is your L'Hopital rule, right? That we will see see in detail when we will see L'Hopital calculus portion. So this is your L'Hopital rule. Okay. You should know this as well. And with L'Hopital rule, here also let me show you one formula of log. If there is one power inside of log, we can take this power as outside of log as a multiplication of it. Okay, so log x to the power n can be written as n times log x. Okay. First, this should be clear. Now, so here log 1 will become 0, right? ये तो आपको मैंने अभी ग्राफ से बताया ही कि when you put 1 in input of log 1 is always 0. So log 1 will give you 0 minus log s plus a by s plus b. Now, if you are having any number outside of log, you can take that number in the power. Minus is nothing but your minus 1 or not. So if I take this minus 1 into power of inside value of log s plus a by s plus b whole to the power minus 1. So if I give this as power minus 1, this will be your log s plus b by s plus a. Is it clear now? Please give me some response. Log s plus b by s plus a. Okay. तो जब ये आपके अलग अलग थे, when these functions were separate, at that time we were not able to find its answer, isn't it? It was undefined. But when these functions are combined, e to the power minus at minus e to the power minus bt, if instead of subtraction, if they were in addition, then also it was not defined. But since this is in subtraction, right? So let us see L'Hopital rule. Let me give you glimpses of L'Hopital rule first in separately. See here. So whenever you are having limit x tends to a, f of x by g of x, after putting this limit, if your function is having 0 by 0 form or infinite by infinite form, okay, let me show you L'Hopital rule. So after releasing your limit, if your function is having 0 by 0 form or infinite by infinite form, then you can take this limit x tends to a, f dash x by g dash x. Now again putting your limits, if it is going to give us 0 by 0 or infinite by infinite form, then you can find its differential again. And if it repeats again, that if it is giving you 0 by 0 form or infinite by infinite form once again, right? Remember, definitely it is going to give you only one out of these two values. Then we will do its differential again, right? And so on. So we will continue this, so on. So this is your L'Hopital rule, right? This is your L'Hopital rule. In spelling, we are writing hospital, but S is silent over here. So this is your L'Hopital rule, right? So if I apply over L'Hopital rule, if you see here, it is limit s tends to infinity. So if you use limit s tends to infinity, first you release limit over here. First step of limit is just first release your limit and try to check its value. So if you first release your limits over here, limit s tends to infinity, s plus a by s plus b. So if you release your limits over here, it is your infinite by infinite form. This is also infinite plus a, this is also infinite. So from L'Hopital, if it is infinite by infinite form, I can find differential of numerator in numerator only and differential of denominator in